This video is basically just a collage-ish thing of me trying to add iron to my diet in really weird ways. I have a doctor's appointment that's just a follow-up to check on some blood tests I did and some urine samples I did, because you're pregnant, you have to always do that. They're testing for a UTI and a couple other things. But the main reason I'm going is for the blood tests, because I felt very tired. I get really dizzy really easily. I've had really bad low blood pressure headaches, and I thought everything was low blood pressure, but then whilst I was having one of these bad spells, I checked my blood pressure and it was low, but it wasn't low for me, it was just normal for me. So then I was like, great, my iron's probably low. I've had low iron in the past. I was almost anemic once. After a long time, I managed to get it fixed and under control, and then it actually got to the point where I didn't need tablets at all, and I could keep my iron levels stable, and they were actually pretty good for a while. At the start of pregnancy, they were like lower than average, but they were easily within the safe range. I think it was 10 weeks I had the blood test. So that was good, and I sort of didn't really bother. I thought, because in the first trimester I obviously wasn't eating very well. I was sick a lot, and I just couldn't eat normally, let alone healthily. So I thought, if my iron levels haven't decreased that much despite that, then I'm doing pretty well, they should be alright. But now I'm like, right now I feel so dizzy, and I've been sitting down for ages. I should not feel dizzy. I've almost passed out a couple of times, so it's gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to go get my iron levels checked. My midwife gave the thumbs up to go get them done. I went to book in for my usual doctor, but she called in sick, so I went and saw a different doctor instead. Got all the tests done. He did all the tests, which was fine. And I was meant to go back and see him last Thursday, but instead I had to help Mum rush Jasper to the vet. So I rang up, and over the phone I cancelled my appointment and rescheduled it for Tuesday, 9:15 AM. I was like pulled over in a parking lot trying to reschedule last thing before taking the dog into the vet, so I was not thinking whatsoever. I sent Luke a quick text with the dates and stuff, which he didn't really get. So then come Tuesday, I had an appointment with the doctor at 9:15 that I had completely forgotten about, had no memory of. I also had an obstetrician appointment at 9:30 in a completely different suburb. But yeah, I basically turned up to my obstetrician appointment at 9:30 and then went out, did all the stuff at Murdoch, got all my uni stuff done, and then got a phone call from my 9:15 doctor's appointment saying, oh, you've missed your appointment, you need to come in, blah blah blah. And I just felt so bad. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I completely forgot. Call it baby brain, but honestly it was just me being completely disorganized. So yeah, I've rescheduled for today at 3 o'clock. I'm not going back to the guy doctor I saw to actually get the blood test done. I'm going to my normal doctor because she was back in. I'm worried about my iron. I've had really bad problems with iron tablets in the past. Like before pregnancy, I had I've had chronic constipation pretty much my whole life, since primary school. Oh, a message. Okay. My cousin's turning 22 on the 20th of the 2nd, 2022. So it's like 22 on 20022022. It's really confusing. That's the message I just got, by the way. What was I saying? But yeah, so basically I was really worried about my iron, and I do not want to go back on the iron tablets. I will if I must, obviously. I will if I have to, but even before I was pregnant, I've had chronic constipation pretty much my whole life, since primary school. And then obviously when I went on the iron tablets, that made it so much worse, and I was really, really suffering from it. Having like chronic constipation plus pregnancy constipation plus iron tablets, which make you severely constipated, I really do not want to go there. I do not want to do it. So I was like, okay, I need to up my iron intake in my diet again. Milo is meant to be really good for iron, but then you drink it with milk, and calcium, such as in milk, reduces, like, stops your body from intaking the iron. It like reduces the amount of iron your body can absorb. So it's like, Milo is great for iron, but you have to eat it without milk, which I would actually be quite fine with. Maybe I should do that. I keep getting so many messages. But yeah, so I had to think of something, and I thought, okay, I'll put spinach in my smoothies. That's fine. Went to get spinach and they didn't have any normal spinach, so I got baby spinach because it was on special, and I can feed it to the rabbits and stuff. They like baby spinach, though they can't have too much of it. And I was like, I eat that in salad, so surely it'd be okay to put a little bit in the smoothie. But then it goes off really quickly, so I thought, okay, what can I do to freeze spinach rather than blanching it, because that can get rid of some of the iron and nutrients. So I was like, I'll blend it up in orange juice. Orange juice has vitamin C, I think it is, which if you eat, like if you have a glass of orange juice whilst eating something rich in iron, such as spinach salad or something, it actually helps your iron absorption. So I was like, if I blend baby spinach in orange juice, and then I can freeze the blend and add the ice cubes to a smoothie later, and then just keep the ice cubes stored in the freezer, and that's nice and easy. So I tried that, and I'll show you the video of me preparing that, but basically it didn't work. It tasted disgusting and really not great, so I persisted. I froze it and everything, and then I ended up giving up and chucking the whole thing out in the garden and pouring the rest down the drain. But then I did try it. I also bought some kale at the same time, and the kale was like on the verge of going bad, so I was like, I better use it quickly. So I gave it a go with kale, and the kale actually worked. So that was good. I could actually use the kale one. As you'll see, as I'll chuck in here, I went to make the kale and there was a little bit left, and I actually made a smoothie then and there with the leftovers, and it tasted really nice. Orange juice and kale cubes.
I don't know if you were talking to me or not.
Well, half.
I'll just take it.
It's a bit loud, but anyway. Orange juice and kale cubes, which stink. Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, mango, two more blueberries. Okay, ice cream. Cocoa Bella mango. go coconut water. It's very thick, FYI. I ran out of... Failed miserably. I ran out of coconut water. Very, very, very thick. Voila. At least this way I can now have a healthy meal a day. Like all I have to do is drink a smoothie and I've had heaps of my daily dietary requirements. I might even add a teaspoon of chia seeds to the smoothie. I think you can have those pregnant, I hope so. Anyway, I better get ready for doctors, I guess. It's 2:30 now, so yeah, choice.